Hi there. I've been picking up things here and there over the course of January. Some of them I might have mentioned before in either my January favorites video or in blog posts, and some of them I haven't mentioned at all, so I thought I'd just do a separate video and show you things that I've picked up and what I think of them. I haven't necessarily had a lot of time to test them out, but these are my initial thoughts on the products. For Christmas last year, my husband got me the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, which I had to pre-order because it wasn't yet even available in the UK. I pre-ordered it and it arrived in South Africa shortly before they started being sold on Rubybox. So I was very excited to be one of the first to get my hands on one. I thought it was an absolutely beautiful palette, and I think for certain skin tones the colors are going to be perfect. You're going to be like 150% happy with it. But even though I think it's a beautiful palette, I found that most of the shades just looked kind of mauve, purple, plum on me. And I don't really wear those colors very often. I prefer more neutral, brownish tones for eyeshadow, or at a push maybe grays, but I just don't wear a lot of purpley, mauve, pinky eye colors very often. So what I did was I managed to find somebody who had a original naked palette in the same sort of condition, so basically unused, and I managed to swap my Naked 3 palette for an original naked palette. The original palette doesn't come in the same metal casing that Naked 2 and Naked 3 come in. It's actually, the box is velvet, so it's still really nice and it's still very sturdy. And then the shades inside are just way more me than the Naked 3 palette. And I was happy to see that there are 1, 2 or 3 quite pinky shades, so I'm not really missing out on anything by swapping my Naked 3. And then I'm also very happy to get this shade Naked and this shade Buck, which are matte brown colors that I've been looking for to use in my crease, because all my other crease colors just end up pulling a little purple on me. So I'm absolutely thrilled with this, and I've been using it nearly every day since I got it. It's either this or my Naked 2 or my Clarins Essentials, but this is my most reached for palette. I'm so happy that I swapped. I think this one is much more perfectly suited to me. While I was out shopping for some things for my bandwagon box, I picked up the Korres Pomegranate Cleansing Mask from Edgar's. They don't stock the Time Honey range for dry skin, which is the one that I really like. I've got the mask from that and it's just one of my favorites. Because they didn't have it, I decided to try this one, which is for oily to combination skin. I don't really have combination skin, but in the last few weeks with summer, my nose has started getting a little bit oily and my chin during the day. So I thought, like, this is sort of a nice cleansing mask, and I've used it a few times. So far so good. The container is like pretty small, but I think this mask is about 95 Rand, so it's really well priced, and this small tube will last you twice a week for 2 months. That's about as long as my other tube has lasted me, so a little bit does go like a really long way. I love these masks. Then while I was in Edgar's, I also picked up the Smashbox Photo Finish More Than Primer Blemish Control Primer, which I've been looking for quite a while. I really wanted to try it. It's still in its box. I have been using it, and I have to say I'm not entirely convinced by a primer that needs to be used under your moisturizer. If you want the benefit of the salicylic acid that it contains, you need to put it on first and your moisturizer over. And then I'm just not completely convinced that it's working its best as a primer. if it's under your moisturizer instead of under your makeup, if that makes sense. So I'm not entirely convinced by it, and so maybe I need to use it for a little bit longer and reserve judgment, but so far it hasn't really worked for me. It's also quite pricey at 380 Rand, so I'm not entirely sure if it's really worth the money. Other people absolutely love this, so maybe let me know like how it's worked for you. The other Smashbox thing that I picked up was the Smashbox Brow Tech to Go, the brow pencil, which I already talked about in my January favorite, so I'm not going to go over it again. It's got the pencil on the one end. I got it in taupe. If you haven't seen my January favorites video, let me just, whoopee, that was the wrong thing to do. And it's got like a gel on the other side. Just, I'm not going to do it all. I did it in the last video, I'm not going to repeat myself. So just put that down. And then the other day, I was in Clicks for something, probably pick up 1 or 2 last things for the bandwagon box. And then I noticed that they were having a beauty sale again. They seem to have quite often, and they had these on Revlon lip butters on sale. There was also the shade Sorbet, which is like a bright pink, and initially I just got this pink lemonade, the light shade. Madison's had a go at it already, that's why it looks a bit like funky, squishy, funny. This is the light pink one, and then I used it a few times. I thought it was like really moisturizing and buttery. The color didn't really show up on my lips, but I thought just if I'm having a lazy day and I just want to like put something on just so that I have something on my lips, then that was working out quite well. So the next time I went to Clicks, I picked up another 2 shades. This one in Watermelon. It looks super bright and super red, but it actually comes out sort of a nice pink red. It's quite pigmented. Of the lot that I got, this is the most pigmented. Just fun and bright for summer. And then the other one I got was Juicy Papaya, which is like the most me of all of the shades. I love anything peach. I was looking for something light and peachy, not too orange. It looks quite orange in the tube, but you can see when it's on my hand, they are very sheer. So you're just going to get like a hint of color and a lot of moisture. That's basically what I love about these. I was just looking for something a little bit more sheer, a little less fussy than a lipstick. This looks quite peach on my hand, but when I put it on my lips, it does look slightly more pink because my lips naturally are very pink and they make most lip products look a bit pink on me. The last thing I got at the end of January was the MAC Viva Glam 5, which I saw on All Dolled Up's, I think it was Best of 2013 Products video, and they mentioned correctly that it is very, very similar to Chanel Rouge Coco Shine in Boy, but is also longer lasting and obviously not as ridiculously expensive. So I absolutely love that color, and I do own it. I immediately went to the MAC online store and had a look at the Viva Glam 5 to see what it looked like, and it looked like a color that I would probably wear a lot, and they're only 185 Rand, so compared to the Chanel lipstick, it's like a lot more affordable. Anyway, I ordered it from the MAC online store, and I had a great shopping experience as usual. I find when I've ordered from them, the orders have been delivered within about 2 days of ordering, so it's really fast, quick, and no hassles at all. They just deliver via courier. So I really actually love ordering from their online store, and because it's free shipping, it's just way easier for me than going all the way to the nearest MAC store, which I think is in Canal Walk, so it ends up being a 20-minute drive, having to find parking, pay for parking, all that. So anyway, this is what it looks like, and Viva Glam 5 is, I think it's described as a nude pink. Can't remember how they describe it on the site. You can go and have a look. But as you can see, it is like almost an identical color to the Chanel Boy. I'm actually wearing it at the moment. It looks, I don't know if you can see, but it does have a brown tinge to it in the tube. However, it does look a lot pinker on my lips than it does in the tube because, as I mentioned, basically all the products look pink on me. This is a Luster Formula MAC lipstick, so it does have a slight sheen to it. It's not as matte and creamy as the Cream Sheen lipsticks. It's slightly, I wouldn't call it sheer. I mean, it is relatively opaque, but you can see, okay, it is buildable, but it is more sheer than the Cream Sheen lipstick. And obviously it does have that sort of luster to it, basically exactly like the Chanel Boy. It's also got that shine to it. I'm back. It is a new day because I didn't manage to include all my products in the first day that I filmed, so that is why I look completely different. My last two products are both tanning related. The first one is the Rimmel Sun Shimmer Instant Tan for face and body. I got this when I swapped my Naked palette with Mel. She included it in the box because she got it for me in December. She orders them online from overseas because these are not available here. I'll try and get the link for you and include it in the comment section or description box. It's a dark brown gel. Oh. It's a very dark brown gel that basically, once it's blended in, it blends in really nicely. It doesn't leave sort of patches or streaks or anything. Okay, you probably can't see it. It is buildable, so you can use a little and have a very, very light tan, or you can add a bit more and have a bit more of a tan. I just love that it's so quick and easy and convenient. The other one is actually a self-tan product. It's the Zen Tan Sheer Instant Color Treatment and Tan. It looks like this, and it says it's got a fresh vanilla scent. It does in fact have a fresh vanilla scent. I got this in the goodie bag for Cape Town Blogger Meet, and I was very excited because I've been wanting to try Zen Tan products for ages. This one is Face Tanner Luxe Premium Sunless Tan. So this is designed for use on your face. I have used it, and because I am so pale, I wouldn't say it made me look orange, but I didn't exactly look 100% natural. But you can mix this with your moisturizer. I've read that people who are very pale have mixed this with their moisturizer and then they had a better result. So I'm going to try and do that. It definitely didn't make me look orange or really freaky, like I couldn't go out without makeup on or anything. Maybe I'm just not really used to my face being tanned. I use hardly any bronzer at all usually. So, but I really like this. It was so easy to apply. It had a nice scent. It didn't have that self-tan scent to it. Didn't make my skin break out at all. My skin is very sensitive. So these are great. And those are my last two products for January that I wanted to mention. I hope you have a wonderful February, and I'm sure I'll have more goodies to show you soon. Bye.